Lena was a car saleswoman. She had been working at the dealership for a few years and was quite good at her job. She was always able to connect with customers and help them find the perfect car for their needs. One day, an old man walked into the dealership. He was wearing an old, stained t-shirt and jeans, and he had a strong smell of body odor. Lena gave him a single glance and decided he was a homeless person. She didn't even bother to greet him, saying only, "Excuse me, sir, but this is not the place for you. We only sell cars to people who can afford them." The old man was taken aback by Lena's rudeness. He had come to the dealership with the intention of buying a car, but he was now feeling humiliated and unwanted. He turned to leave, but then a young woman named Mary approached him. Mary was one of Lena's colleagues. She was a kind and compassionate person, and she could tell that the old man was being treated unfairly. She smiled at him and said, "Excuse me, sir. I'm Mary. Would you like me to help you find a car?" The old man's face lit up. He nodded gratefully and said, "Yes, please. I'm looking for a new car for my wife." Mary then showed him a few different cars. He seemed interested in a particular SUV, so Mary started telling him about its features and benefits. Meanwhile, Lena was watching Mary and the old man from a distance. She was wondering why Mary was wasting her time on a homeless person. She was sure that the old man couldn't afford to buy a car, and she didn't want to waste her time on a customer who wasn't going to make a sale. Just then, a well-dressed man walked into the dealership. He looked like a successful businessman, and Lena's eyes lit up. She immediately rushed over to him and said, "Welcome to our dealership, sir. Can I help you find a car?" The man nodded and said, "I'm looking for a new car for my company." Lena was thrilled. She knew that this was her chance to make a big sale. She spent the next hour showing the man around the dealership and telling him about all of the different cars that were available. The man seemed impressed, but he didn't seem to be in any hurry to make a decision. He asked Lena a lot of questions, and she answered them well. The man was satisfied, but he said he needed to think it over. He would come back when he had made a decision. Lena was deflated. She had spent all that time with the man, and he hadn't even bought a car. She watched him walk out of the dealership, and she couldn't help but feel a pang of resentment. Meanwhile, Mary had finished showing the old man the SUV. He seemed very impressed with it, and he asked how much it cost. Mary looked up the price and said, 2 million yuan. The old man smiled and said, "I'll take it." Mary was stunned. She couldn't believe that the old man was going to buy such an expensive car. She kept thanking the old man and prepared the contract for him to review and sign. The old man thanked Mary too. When the old man left, he passed by Lena. He stopped and looked at her, and then he said, "You know, young lady, you shouldn't judge people by their appearance. You never know who you might be talking to. May I ask who you are?" Lena asked. "I'm actually the owner of the second largest steel company in Taiwan," the old man said. Lena was dumbfounded and hung her head in shame. She realized that she had been wrong about the old man. Far from homeless, he was a wealthy businessman who had just purchased a 2 million yuan car. The old man left, leaving Lena to ponder her mistake. She had learned a valuable lesson that day: never judge a book by its cover.
单字 dealership 经销公司 noun a company that has permission to sell a particular product. Stain 沾污 verb to leave a mark on something that is difficult to remove. Afford 买得起 verb to be able to pay for something. Take someone aback 使某人大吃一惊 Phrasal verb to surprise or shock someone so much that they do not know how to behave for a short time. Compassionate 富有同情心的 adjective showing compassion. SUV 多功能运动休闲车、休旅车 sport utility vehicle 的缩写。Noun, abbreviation for sport utility vehicle. A large car with an engine that supplies power to all four wheels. Deflated, 气馁的。Adjective, feeling less confident and positive than before. Dumbfounded, 惊得说不出话的。Adjective, so shocked that you cannot speak.